guys, SareneGrace here, and welcome back to the DBL for Week 2 versus Trexus. Now, I am recording these battles a little late, so unfortunately, as of recording this battle, Trexus is no longer with the DBL. However, since this match happened, long before that happened, we get to battle, and Trexus and I have been pretty evenly matched in terms of our matches so far. We've battled in the UBL and in the PGL NU Cup, so we kind of know each other's styles a little bit, so this will be a very interesting match. He has sticky webs, I have sticky webs. Well, in theory, I could have sticky webs. So it's going to be a very interesting match here to see who can come out on top. So we're just going to go ahead and get right into the battle here. So honestly, he could lead with just about anything, and that's really freaking scary. So I just decided to go with my usual lead of Araquanid, and he is going to show me his Steelix. Now, Steelix is actually a super good mon. I got to use it in the PGL NU Cup, so I kind of know some things it can do, but I just want my webs up. The Diancie is not mega. I can just get those out there. He's going to Stone Edge me turn 1 and not really do a whole lot. I think he was expecting me to hit him, which I do go ahead and do this turn. And he's going to show me something very, very interesting after that defense drop. We're going to see a weakness policy trigger, which really caught me off guard. But thankfully for me, he just goes for Stealth Rocks. So we went a little out of order there. He should have set rocks first turn while I set my webs, but unfortunately, things went out of order for him, so he's going to lose his Steelix right here, and it's not going to really do much to my team except weaken my Araquanid now. The Hitmontop comes out, gets an Intimidate off after the sticky web, so I can't really, in theory, do anything to him. Especially when I'm -1. Or at least, he thinks I'm not going to be able to do much to him. He's going to rapid spin my webs away because he's faster and he does not want those webs there. But I am going to do a lot of damage and get a defense drop, even though I am -1 on Araquanid. That's how strong this thing is. I love Araquanid a whole lot. He's going to switch out, though. Doesn't want to take another hit. He goes into his Amoonguss, who can definitely take a liquidation, but I'm not interested in liquidation. I want my webs. Trexus, let me have my webs. Please. Please, I want my webs. But he's going to switch out and go into the Galvantula because, I can't really do anything to this. I do click Leech Life here because I want some health back. I wouldn't have gotten a whole lot from the Amoonguss, but it was a nice middle ground play. So, I kind of have to stay in here. I don't want anything else taking a Thunder or a Bug Buzz, respectively. So, I'm just going to let Romeo go. Honestly, Cryogonal might have been able to handle it, but I didn't want to risk it. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Tornadus. We Heat Wave. Going to hit super hard, and we're going to knock out the Galv, which is fantastic. Now, this is where my problems begin, and I'm really upset with my prep. I put a Z-move on a different mon instead of on Tornadus. I almost ran Steel Z Iron Tail for this exact matchup, and I didn't. And I'm really upset that I didn't do it. So I just have to U-turn here and risk taking damage on something else because I misprepped. So I'm going to go into Aggron, who hasn't Mega Evolved yet, to catch a Moonblast because I know he's not going to Earth Power a flying type if I stay in. And I have 2 Levitators in the back. But we're going to take a huge hit on Aggron, and I don't want to try and play the prediction game. I don't want to risk him going for a Moonblast, predicting me to switch out again. So I'm just going to let Aggron go here, which is super, super unfortunate. And if I had prepped properly, this would not have happened. So that's unfortunate. But we're going to go out into Latios. And this right here is really dumb. I have Hidden Power Steel. And this thing had to have some kind of HP investment or something because it lived and it should not have according to my calcs. I think I was also Assault Vest there. I should have lived, but I didn't. So, yeah, Latios is not going to do much except weaken this. And even that isn't going to help me too much because he's just going to switch out, preserve this, go into the Hitmontop, which can intimidate me, which doesn't really matter. Obviously, it's not going to matter on the Intimidate. But he will be able to freely get rid of the webs that I have set. I think we still had webs up at this point. Freeze Dry, not going to kill. I'm not going to risk a Mach Punch. I don't want to lose Cryogonal. So I'm going to go into Mimikyu, not realizing that he could have Bullet Punch. So he did click that, which would have done... It might have killed Cryo from the range it was at. But it's going to bust my Mimikyu's disguise. He's just going to pull a punch again. Does not take us out, and we land a Play Rough, and this is gone. Goodbye, Hitmontop. So, the Amoonguss is here, and this Z move right here that I'm about to reveal was definitely not my best idea in prep ever. Like, this is like one of my least favorite ideas, and I have no idea why I decided to continue with this, but I have Leech Life Bug Z because I don't know, memes. I don't know. I really should have brought Steel Z on Torn instead because the Diancie would have been dead and I would still have my Latios, but something live and learn, because that's not going to do anything. The Amoonguss does not care, and it gets to Toxic me. So things are not going very well for us in this match, mostly because of decisions I made in prep. But I went with what I went with, so I am doing my best to at least save some differential, because I will be needing it later on in the season. So I'm just going to use normal Leech Life and hope I can live a hit. Doesn't do a whole lot. He's going to reveal Venoshock. I was afraid of this being a Spore set because that's what Amoongusses are known for. If you play Draft, you know what Amoongusses do. They Spore, make you switch out, and it's just, oh, yuck. Hate this mon. Annoying to face. So, with Latios gone, my most reliable answer for this thing is gone. He's just going to protect. I do reveal Freeze Dry. I think I was Scarf this week. Scarf Cryo is super underrated. But I really, really want this to take it out. Unfortunately, this thing is thick enough that it does not take it out. Thankfully, Cryo is Spadef bulk enough that Venoshock, unboosted Venoshock, does absolutely no damage. And he's going to let me take this out for free because, and I had the stop process while we were battling, I'm like, he has to have E-Speed on the Zygarde in the back. He has to. Especially at this range. Because Cryo can probably take this out if it's not a Yashi Berry and Super Spadef invested. So, he does reveal the E-Speed like I thought he would. And I don't think there's a universe where Cryo lives that without like any HP investment or a Reflect or anything like that. So, Cryo's down. Torn is in. Last Mon. We have a 1v2. If we can take the Zygarde down, we can kill his Diancie off, and we miss a Hurricane. Tornadus, this is not the time to be missing your moves. Not a good time. We land the second Hurricane at least, so that's nice. And we get the Confusion. So we're still kind of in this, but not really. He does go for E-Speed there. He's gonna hit himself in Confusion. We're gonna opt to Dark Pulse instead, because I don't want to miss another Hurricane. He's going to be confused, and he's going to break through this time, and he's going to knock out Tornadus T, and we're going to lose our week 2. 2-0 versus Trexus. So GG to him. He prepped pretty well for me. He knows my battle style a little bit, so we were pretty much on the same page through the entire battle, and then at the end, my prep just caused me to falter, and that was the end of that. Next week, we will be taking on the Cedar Rapids Thunderous, coached by my good friend Old School Sin. Be looking out for that. It's going to be a super awesome battle. He has a scary team, so I can't wait for you guys to see that. Thank you all for joining me. Until then, remember, never fall from grace. See you next week. Bye!